friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to unhaul some more books. You recently saw my bookshelf tour. If you haven't, I will have it linked in the cards up there for you and down in the description box down below. But I only have these two bookshelves and I have to keep my collection within these two bookshelves. And I was looking at my haul pile, looking at my red pile this month, thinking, where am I going to put these books? Plus, I kind of have already set some of these aside, like, yeah, I'm not going to keep that book. So, if you haven't seen Lala's video, she challenged, like, I think it was back in April, for people to look at their bookshelves, look at their book collection, and kind of like go through and do a little bit of spring cleaning. It's almost summer, but it's still technically spring, and really you can unhaul books whenever you want. But I am using Lala's 10 prompts to get rid of some books, and I thought I would share it with you. I actually picked two for this, and it's books 1 and 2 in the, I really don't know what to call this series, but the first book is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco, and the second one is Hunting Prince Dracula. I think these titles are complete clickbait because I don't think it really has anything to do with Jack the Ripper, nor do I think it has anything to do with Dracula. It took me a very long time to read these, and I read these because I was going to judge some thriller mystery category, and these, like, this book was like going for a contender to win, and so I had to read book 1, and I didn't enjoy book 1 and I didn't enjoy book 2, and yeah, I'm not gonna be reading Houdini either, even though, like, I always, like, it draws you in. The covers are beautiful, the spines are beautiful, the backs are beautiful, and yeah, I'm getting rid of these, you guys. Changed my mind about Rosemarked by Livy Blackburn, and I say I changed my mind about it because I received this in my uppercase subscription box, and it is actually signed right here. I read this, like, the first like, try a chapter tag, or what was it? Read the first chapter tag or something like that. I don't know what it's called. But I read the first chapter and I was really intrigued. I was like, okay, this might be a fantasy I get into. But the more I think about it and look at my bookshelves, I have way too many books I'm interested before reading this one. So all this would do was collect dust on my shelves. So if it's out of my TBR, I won't probably even think about it. So yeah, I'm getting rid of this one. A series I will not be completing. I read the first 2 books, and I have 2 other books in the series, are the Michaela Lane novels, or also known as the Dark Fever series. So this is by Karen Marie Moning. This is book number 1 that I have read and I enjoyed. Book number 2, Blood Fever, I read and I enjoyed. And then books 3 and 4. So 3 is Fae Fever and 4 is Dream Fever. And there's several more books in the series. I actually did like a books for trade for this one and possibly this one. And I purchased this one myself, and then Kristen from What's Happening sent me this one for like my birthday or Christmas or something like that. So yeah, so I'm getting rid of these. Even though I really did enjoy the first 2 books, I just don't see myself continuing in the series. Using Not That I Could Tell by Jessica Strasser. I have talked about this book several times on my channel. I did a first impressions video of this book. It's one of those domestic mystery thriller, not really thriller, domestic mystery. A group of women, they get together one night and they're like at a, like this little fire, and they're sitting around talking, and then the next day one of them, by Monday morning, one of them is gone. And I got about 50% of the way through this book, and I didn't care enough to continue, and there were so many other books calling my name, and I thought I was going to temporarily DNF it, and then I just decided, no, you're going to permanently DNF this. Multiple copies of several books, the first 2 being Me Before You by Jojo Moyes and After You by Jojo Moyes. I told you guys before that I was getting rid of these, but these are officially in my unhaul pile because I got the hardback covers of these to match the third book, so I don't need the paperbacks and the hardbacks, because I mean, I like it, but I don't love it. So yeah, these have got to go. And I also have my second copy of The Mortal Instrument City of Bones, and this cover is the like city one, and I love this cover so much more than like the covers like these that I have on my shelf. But yeah, the spine doesn't match, so even though this is the copy that I originally like purchased and read myself, my dad got me the full box set for Christmas one year, and I just want to keep the box set because my dad gave it to me and all of the spines will match, but I do like this cover more. Never actually get to is A Conspiracy of Stars by Olivia A. Cole. It's got a super shiny, like, you know, cover, but this is a sci-fi space story. It sounds interesting, but I don't think I'll ever get to it because I'm not into space stories. I'm not into sci-fi stories. And like I said, with Rosemarked, it would just be one of those books that sat on my shelf and would be collecting dust. But it is signed, so that's pretty cool. The hype and the cover I'm actually going to put together. I heard a lot of things about The Perfect Mother, and I mean, cover is gorgeous, but this is by Amy Molly, and I got this as my book of the month pick because I had been hearing great things about it, and obviously book of the month usually picks really good things, but this was another domestic mystery kind of book that, again, I read about halfway through and I just gave up because I just didn't care anymore, and I thought maybe I should just temporarily DNF it, but then I was like, no. I had started reading it before Readerama, and then I picked up other things during Readerama, and then by the time I went back, I didn't have the audiobook anymore, and I just yeah, I don't care to know what happens. So I'm getting rid of this one, but again, I'm using this because of the hype and because look at that cover though. Great, now I have 4 more books to show you, and these are going to go for books that I didn't know anything about, and I did not buy these. So the 4 books are these guys right here. The first one being Woman Number 17 by Eden Lepucki, and I got this one from Blogging for Books right before they closed down that site, and I'm just not interested in this one. I really don't know anything about it, and I didn't buy it, so it's just gotta go. These are other books that I was sent for like review purposes, but I'm just not interested because I don't know that much about them. I do love this cover. Colleen Cobble puts out so many books, it seems like, but this is The View from Rain Shadow Bay, a Lavender Tides novel. This is book number 1. I originally thought it was like book 2 or 3 in a series, but no, this is the first book in the series, but I'm just not going to get to it, even though it has, did you see that? Did you see that? Even though it has a really pretty cover. I'm just going to get rid of it because I need room on my shelf. And then I have Terry Blackstock's If I Live. I think this is the 3rd book in the series or trilogy. The first one being If I Run, the second being If I'm Found, and now If I Live. I also unhauled books 1 and 2 because it just didn't seem like something I would be interested in. So I am also unhauling this one. And the last book I'm unhauling is Reclaiming Shiloh Snow by Mary Weber. This is the 2nd or 3rd book in this series. It's got sci-fi elements mixed in there. That completes the unhaul challenge for today's video. Let me know like if you've read any of these books and you have enjoyed them, but I'm going to be taking them to either the book exchange or my local library for the Friends of Library book sale. And yeah, that's all for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you're all having a lovely day, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!